Polish name of the project?
Korzenie dance? No, how to pronounce it on Polish? No, I'm sorry. Korzenie Tańca?
Korzenie Tańca.
Korzenie Tańca.
Korzenie Tańca.
Korzenie Tańca.
Korzenie Tańca.
I only know Cingumbre.
Korzenie Tańca.
Korzenie Tańca.
Korzenie Tańca.
Korzenie Tańca.
Korzenie Tańca.
Korzenie Tańca.
Roots of dance. Korzenie Tańca. Okay.
Aveshtitam, udveshtitam, vyavartitam, parivartitam. Okay, so we are spreading our energy to the outside and we are taking the energy from the outside and we are taking inside our body.
So it is kind of mostly between a form and formless. So hence you have seen us using a lot of gestures with the hands, which we call it like Natya Shastra mudras. And then we also had a free flow of contemporary movements, like lot things going on the floor, and then abstract movements. So basically the whole this production has been about the energy, the constant energy. When you put it in a container, how you can kind of store that energy, and when there's no container, that energy still stays. So how it kind of flows in its free flow, in its free form.
Projekt Roots of Dance jest bardzo znaczący pod wieloma względami. Z jednej strony jest nakierowany na rozwój polskich młodych artystów tańca, poprzez kontakt z wybitnymi polskimi artystami, Jackiem Umińskim, Aleksandrą Dziełosz, którzy są liderami tego projektu, ale też poprzez kontakt z innymi artystami z innych krajów. I to, co jest bardzo ważne w tym projekcie, to, że troszkę odwołując się do nazwy projektu, on jest zakorzeniony w tradycyjnych kulturach.
Polska kultura ludowa jest jakimś zaczynem dyskusji na temat znaczenia tej kultury ludowej w różnych innych częściach świata.
Musieliśmy sobie zadać trud odgadnięcia, czym tak naprawdę polska kultura taneczna jest, to po pierwsze, czym ona jest dla nas, jakie ma formaty obecnie w naszej społeczności lokalnej, jak ona jest w nas żywa i czy jest w ogóle żywa, jakie ma komponenty, a po drugie, w jaki sposób bardzo taki nowoczesny, rozprzestrzenić ją poza granice kraju, tak aby artyści z innych państw mogli się po prostu tym naszym tradycyjnym śpiewaniem czy tańczeniem zainspirować do tworzenia własnych prac choreograficznych.
The past is a very big thing. You should realize what was there before in your past. So you realized it can give you so many details, so many impulses, and so many feelings.
So I think for any art form, dance, it's really taking certain like motions and movements and like essence and meaning from the past or from traditions and maybe retelling those stories in a modern context.
Everyone's roots have their own special element, right? Everyone's culture has something different, even though when we talk about it, it's all very similar, but there is still an identity to every culture. So by infusing culture and infusing your roots into contemporary or modern dance, it will really give you it will really make a difference when for you to stand out amongst others.
The piece that you just saw is called Dikir, choreographed by Raziman Sarbini, a former dancer of Us Dance Company. This piece is actually derived from the traditional Malay folk dance and music in the east coast of Peninsular Malaysia, from Kelantan, that uses a lot of repetitive movements. And in this piece particularly, he explores on the traditional movements that can be portrayed in contemporary perspective.
Tradition is something that is very important. Personally, for me, I can say maybe we are not always aware of it, but I think it's some kind imprinted in our minds, bodies, and if we are talking about dance, then we can say in our body language.
Somewhere we feel that we are all connected as art and humanity is connected, where I find the same impulses when I heard the songs of the mountains when I visited in this project, in the Poland, in the highlands, the kind of dance, the kind of music, the kind of voice they use in their music, the spontaneity and the energy. I find so much of similarity with the songs and music from our mountains in India, not the Himalayas, but the northeastern part of India.
Polish people in the mountains, they live like Georgian people is living in the mountains. Also the dance and dance emotion and that strong feel is very similar.
ჩემთვის ჩემი ცეკვა და მოძრაობა ყოველთვის არის ძიება. ძიება გზის, საით უნდა წავიდე. ვფიქრობ, ალბათ დაკარგული ვარ ხშირ შემთხვევაში ამ მდგომარეობით ვიწყებ მოძრაობას და ყოველთვის ვეძებ რაღაც გზებს. და ეს გზების ძებნა ალბათ არის ბრძოლა. ბრძოლა ამ გზებთან თუ საით უნდა წავიდე და ყოველთვის გამოდის რომ რაღაცა ძლიერს ვეჭიდები რა. ამ ძლიერთან ჭიდილში მეც ძლიერდები და ჩემი ცეკვაც არ ვიცი, ალბათ მეომრის ცეკვას უფრო გავს.
Nawiązanie z jednej strony do kultury ludowej oczywiście, ale też idąc głębiej, znacznie głębiej, jest to powrót do zmysłów, czyli rozumienie o wiele bardziej głębokie niż nam się wydaje tego, co nas otacza i w jaki sposób kultura powstaje.
We all have some kind of common roots and common genes, and those things make dance really powerful, because going into something deeper and more meaningful, which connects all the culture, is something that makes people understand better and communicate better together.
I was really excited to be asked to come to Poland, to the Roots of Dance project. And my background is I'm Colombian. I dance flamenco, And I'm also interested in contemporary dance and mixing some of my roots and my flamenco tradition into contemporary movement, into more contemporary context.
I would definitely say it was very inspiring the first time when we heard about this whole project online. In our daily rush of life and rush of, achieving this, achieving that, we forget, we kind of overlook the main thing, like from where we began, like what was the initiation point, what was the root.
Był to projekt przede wszystkim, gdzie szukaliśmy korzeni tańca. Patrzyliśmy się, w jaki sposób tradycję można przetworzyć na język współczesny.
It's very important that keep the traditions alive, not still or permanent, but keep them evolving and seeing how that roots can become part of our, like a tree, to be part of the leaves and be part of the fruits.
I my do tego projektu zaprosiliśmy zespoły z Indii, Malezji, ze Stanów Zjednoczonych, z Gruzji, Chorwacji, z Kanady i wpierw podzieliliśmy się kulturą polską w formie tańców i muzyki z Beskidu Żywieckiego czy z regionu Mazowsza, a potem zaczęliśmy szukać pewnych podobieństw, jakie występują między polską kulturą a kulturą naszych gości.
Polish culture is strong. It's very surprising, very energetic. For instance, I don't know much about Polish before coming here, so it's a surprise. It's been shocking to know all the dances, all the music. But I think the most shocking part is that between the distance that we find between Mexico and Poland, we still can find a lot of similarities in our cultures. When I feel myself sensible, I find myself fragile. But in this vulnerability, I find also groundedness from the earth, from the nature, which is holding me. So I take care of it as a human being. But also I feel cared by heaven, by God above of me. And myself is placed in between. So it's always a connection between the highest and below.